In today's tutorial, it's all about the bobble when it comes to doing waves, chevrons, or kind of ripples, whatever you want to call it. It's going to go up and down, and I'm going to show you how to do the bobble stitch in order to continue the pattern if you would like to do up and down motions when it comes to these kinds of afghans. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be able to show you the stitch that I just talked about. And what we have is an example of all of the stitches being used at the same time in a particular sample. So what I've done with the white here, those are all the single crochets. So we have double crochets, half double crochets, we have crisscross, we have bobbles, front post, modified front post trebles here. We have the herringbone stitch here, and then we have the seed stitch right here in the back. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be covering the particular stitch that is listed in this particular video. I'm going to show you how to do it, but this is example how all of those particular stitches can work together in order to create a really amazing afghan. Now this afghan does have a front and the back side. You can also use this particular kind of sample for doing scarves, and really the sky is the limit, and in today's tutorial I'm going to explain a little bit more about how you can customize this in order to do a project of your own. So here's what it looks like, and we have our example. It's going up and down, and this is just a small swatch. So I had to do a small swatch in order to figure out all the math for you. I have figured this all the way out from a scarf size just like this all the way to a king size afghan. I've done the math for you to tell you exact chain count, but I want to make this an educational video because it's just easier to give you that information. But if you don't really understand it, then what's the point, right? That's a video tutorial. So what we have is that each chevron equals a certain amount of chain stitches, and in my particular pattern 28 chains will take you from one point all the way to the next, just like you see here. And so then we have side edges that are a portion of just a section of each side. So what we have here, in order to get one chevron you have to do 28 chains, and then to stay in balance you have to add an extra 18 to your list. So what we have here is that if you were ever to customize this and say that you wanted to do a different size, you would crochet in multiples of 28. So for example, let's say I wanted 3 chevrons. You would go 3 times 28 stitches. Okay, that'll give you a certain amount, and then you will add 18 extra chains at the end of that in order to stay in balance. So it's just a very easy way. Now on my website I have figured out all those particular chains to start for all of them. Now you're gonna think to yourself, wow, some of those chains are huge, and they are huge, but you have to compensate that when you go up and down like so, is that it's not really like 100 chains straight across. It's, if you did 100 chains straight across, it would be longer, but because you are going in an up and down motion you need more chains in order to maintain that, and that's why there's so many extra chains. So on my website I have all of that information for you, but if you want to customize it, the secret answer is 28 for every one of the chevrons, and then you just have to add 18 chains at the very end in order to get your sides to be equal. You should also keep in mind that this afghan sample is a one-sided sample. Not all of these stitches look great on the other side. So the bobble stitch, for example, it does not exist on the underside. Okay, you'll see that it's completely flat. And also with the crisscross appears better in the front side than it does in the back side. So when you're doing this particular project, I'm going to be telling you what is your front side and what is your back side so that you can know exactly where to start. Some of these stitches you have to start on the back side. It's called the wrong side technically in crochet, but you have to start on the back side. For example, bobbins or bobbles like this only appear on the opposite. So as you crochet, the bobbles pop in behind. So if I was to bobble along here in this direction, the bobbles would appear on the back side. So every time I do a bobble I actually have to work on the back side so that it does pop out to the front side. So some of these stitches are just like that. The herringbone is like that. The modified front post trebles are like that. A lot of the half double crochets, single crochets, and double crochets did I say that already? Those don't matter, but you have to just be conscious. So in the particular pattern I'm about to show you, I'm going to have you mark what is the front side, what is the back side, so that if you have to adjust and you have to know that, then you'll know it right from the very beginning. So let's just quickly review. It's going to be a 5mm size H crochet hook. I've used Caron Simply Soft throughout this whole thing. That the beautiful colors are from that particular line. So this is going to be a generic intro on all of the 8 different videos because I'm going to show you how to get started. So you'll see here the blue is how I got started. You can see I did a perimeter in white, so that's kind of added in afterward. But all of the intros for all of these 8 are exactly identical, and then once we start from that point we're going to then take you through all of the different examples, and those are each listed as an individual video because you may not want to mix it and match just like so. This is also part of the Stitches Right game that we're doing on YouTube as well as Facebook, and we're just having fun of mixing and matching stitches at random, and that's how this sample has come to be. So without further ado, let's move on to the example that we want to teach you in today's tutorial. So let's get started. We're going to get you to do the first layer, and it'll be the chain, plus we will also start then the double crochets, and then from this point then forward we then move on to the example that is listed within today's tutorial. And insert that onto my hook. So we have in the instructions in our website all the different chains that you would need for your size of project that you want to go. But today I'm going to show you a swatch sample. So as I mentioned, there's 28 chains in one chevron plus 18, and that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm just going to chain 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So in 28 this is one chevron. Okay, this is without any sides on it at all. So that's one chevron. So I said that there has to be sides on it. So we're going to add another 18 chains. So let's add 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So if you were doing multiples, so you would have done multiples of 28, and at the very end you'll add in your 18 in order to keep it in balance. So now I have one chevron and I have enough chains to do both sides of the project. Let's move on to the next step. So now that you've gone all the way across, we're now going to start, and we're gonna get our chevron to be working right away. So we're going to count back from the to the 4th chain. So count under. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn the chain over, get the back hump only, and double crochet into that. And this will create a beautiful finish on the other side of on the bottom, and double crochet. So the chaining of 3 and the double crochet would count as one stitch into the same one, and this matters down in the future. So the next 5 are going to be 1 double crochet each. So let's count that out loud. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5. So what I like to do when I'm in this particular stage, I like to look at it. So the first 2 are together. They're into the same stitch. So there should be 5 double crochets by themselves, and there are. So that is going to be the side. So that this is going to be the side in a down direction like this. The next 3 are going to be 3 double crochets together. So how to do that is that you wrap the hook and going into the next chain is that going in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then hold. And you're gonna do that 2 more times. So yarn over, go to the next stitch, in, yarn over, pull through 2 and hold. So now you got 2 there. You gotta do it one more time. So yarn over, pull through 2 and hold. You should have 4 loops on your hook, and you're gonna yarn over and pull through all of those loops. And so now 3 double crochets just became together as one, and this is going to be the coming down and then turning and going back up in the other direction like that. So that's how you do 3 together. The next 12 on your chain are going to be each double crochet, and let's count that out loud. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this will always exist when you're going in an up direction. So if your chain was a lot longer, every time that you finish a 3 together, the next section will all be 12 by itself. And I like to just double check and count. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So once you get your 12 in, the next one will be 3 double crochets into the same one, and this is the top of the chevron. So every time you get to a top of a chevron, there will always be 3 double crochets when you're moving across the first row. So every time you're gonna move in the down direction now until you get to the other side, is that there will be 12 double crochets by themselves. So we went up the other side with 12 going up, but now you're gonna go 12 going down. So that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So do you get that? So every chevron going in the up direction is going to have 12 by themselves. At the top you'll have 3 into the same one, and then there'll be 12 going down the other side. So I'm gonna count that 12 going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So now we're at the bottom again. So the next 3 are going to be 3 together. Okay, and you just do it how I showed you before. So you just gather them up, and the 3 will be together. So if your chain's a lot longer, the next section would be going 12 going back up, and then your 3 at the top, and then 12 going back down, and you keep doing that until you get to the last little section just like this. So what you're going to do then in the final here is that the next 5 will be 1 double crochet each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this will leave you with 1 extra stitch which you're supposed to have, and the final that you have will have 2 double crochets in it. And if I can just grab your attention before you take off on me here. So at the very first, remember how we did that chain 3 and the double crochet counts at 1. So on the other side, the 2 being in there counts into 1 stitch as well. So this is what it would look like, but your sample would obviously be a lot longer, but you have the up and down motion now ready, and now we can move on. But before we move on, what I want you to do is that I want you to grab a spare piece of yarn, and that spare piece of yarn is going to act as a stitch marker. So using a piece of stitch marker and just a piece of yarn, what I want you to do, the side that you just want to cross on, I want you just in the edge here, and I want you just to insert your hook in behind just a piece of the strand and just bring the yarn through. And this is just a stitch holder. This is just going to tell you that every time you do anything, you will know what is the front side and what is the back side, because once you get onto these projects, sometimes it gets really confusing what is front and what is back. Okay, so this stitch marker right in the front will always tell me that this is always going to be the front side. The next part of this tutorial we're going to start, and you're either going to have to watch out for the stitch marker, whether it's on the front or the back side, and some of these stitches it doesn't even matter, but just do that because it just makes it a lot more sense. So let's move along and do the next part. So we're going to start doing the bobbles, and the bobbles only appear on the front side of your work. So whenever we do the bobble row, we actually have to be on the back side. So we have to be on the reverse side. So whenever you do bobbles, bobbles naturally want to go onto the opposite side. So if I was to do the bobble stitch going across the front side, all these bobbles will pop out the back. So we have to make sure that whenever we're doing bobble work, that we have to make sure we're working on the back side to make it pop forward. So this particular repeat pattern, there's always going to be a single crochet row and then a bobble, single crochet and then a bobble. And when we go to start doing the single crochet element, we have to make sure the single crochets come across the front side of your work, and then when you come back and do the bobbles, you'll be on the back side and the bobbles will pop out toward the front. So we're just gonna grab our yarn and start. So if you were just following me now and we did this sample, you'll have to fasten off, okay, on this side that we did, and we're going to start on the front side. So using the stitch marker, I know what is the front side. We're gonna start on the first one here. So if you turn your work like this and do single crochet and then do bobbles, your bobbles will be on the underside of your project and it'll be on the upside down of your afghan if you're making an ad or a scarf. So let's attach our yarn to the very first turning chain, and we're going to do single crochets for a cross. So we're just gonna attach, chain one, and we're going to put in 2 single crochets into that same stitch. Now we already have done the video on how to do single crochets with chevron. It's the exact same thing, but it's just this particular example has bobbles today. So the next 5 are going to be single crochets. Okay, so we're gonna go down. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the next 3 are going to be together. So how you do that is that you insert in and yarn over, pull through, go to your next one, yarn over, pull through, and going into your next one, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3, and that just made those 3 turn into 1. Whenever going in the up direction, there will always be 12 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So now we're in the top of the section, and I can tell we are. See how they're grouped together? The middle one is empty and the 12th is on the first one of the 3. So you can see how I've kind of come down on this side and then back up. So the top one will always have 3 single crochets whenever you're on the single crochet row for this particular example. So 3 single crochets right at the very top and then coming all the way down. So anytime you're moving down, you'll always have 12 just like you had 12 moving up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So you're gonna look at it here and you can see that I'm correct. If you look at the base, you'll see how that 3 come together as one. There's the stitch. You should have 1 empty on this side and 1 empty on the other. Okay, so my 12 finished exactly where it should be. The next 3 will be together just like I showed you before. Okay, so if you're gonna move up, then if your chain is a lot longer or if your project's a lot longer, remember it's going 12 up, and at the top you're gonna put in your 3 single crochets and then 12 down. So on the edges you're going to put in 5 going in the up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then your final turning chain over here will have 2 single crochets. Okay, so you're on the front side of your work. You can tell by the stitch marker, and now we're gonna turn our work around and start doing the bobbles for going back. Okay, let's turn our work. So on the crochet crowd we have diagrams on showing how to where these bobbles are. So in the turning chains there's always 2 in the side, and then in the middle there's always gonna be 4, and then 4s, and then it's the edge on the other side there will only be 2. So let's begin. We're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to half double crochet into that same stitch. Okay, you got it. So the next one is going to be a bobble. So how you do the bobble is that you're gonna put 5 together when it comes to double crochet. So you're gonna wrap the hook going into the next stitch, pull through 2 and hold. And you're gonna do that a total of 5 times so that you end up with 6 loops on your hook. So in, pull through 2 and hold. So you just keep gathering them on there until you see 6 loops on your hook. Okay, you got your 6, then yarn over and pull through all 6 just like this, and you're gonna move to the next stitches here. So there's gonna be 2 half double crochets in the next one, 2 there. So you got 2 in a row, and then you're gonna bobble once again. Do you see how the bobble's facing and just buckling? It's buckling toward the front side of the project, which is what we wanted. So the next one is gonna be a bobble again. So just continue to do what I just showed you. That's 5 together. So by putting them all in the same stitch in the base and then pulling them all together, it makes them buckle like half moons. Okay, so then yarn over, pull through, and now before you go into the base here, there's gonna be 1 half double crochet first, and then in the base then you'll have your 3 together. Okay, so there'll be half double crochet, so going in, pulling it through, in, pulling it through, then in, pulling it through, and then you have 7 on there, so just kind of pull through all 7. So on the way up there will be 7 double crochets, or sorry, 7. So on the way up there's 7 empty stitches. So on the way up there's 12 empty stitches, and we have to put in a total of 4 bobbles all the way. So the first one is gonna be a half double crochet by itself, and then the next one is a bobble. So let's bobble the next one. Okay, and I'm looking for my 6 on there. Yarn over, pull through all 6, and then half double crochets for the next 2. So 1 and 2, and then bobble once again. So the next one's a bobble, and I'm looking for my 6 on the hook. Okay, you got your 6, and then pull through, and then the next 2 are half double crochets each. And then you're gonna bobble once again. So bobble in the next one. The bobbling is no big deal. That's the nice thing about it. Okay, and then the next 2 are going to be half doubles. So if you're ever unsure, all you just gotta turn your work. There should be a total of 3 bobbles going in the up direction. There's only there should be 4 going in the up direction. There's only 3 so far, and now the next one is a bobble. So I'm looking to make sure I get my 4 bobbles going up. Pull through, and then there will be 1 bobble before you do the top. Okay, so the next stitch is empty, and there's going to be 3 half double crochets right in the very top. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, the next stitch is going to be a half double. So there's 12 empties going down, and then there will be 4 bobbles like it was before. So you can see how it's showing up here. So the next one is a bobble. It'll really help you to see the diagram that I've drawn for you that's available on the crochetcrowd.com under. Just go to the more information link of this particular video to see that diagram, and it just will help you to keep balanced. Okay, the next 2 are going to be half doubles, and then bobble once again. Okay, the next 2 are half doubles, and then bobble once again. Okay, next two are half doubles. Working my way. So I'm kind of looking for I know that there's 4 of them, so I'm kind of looking for the fourth before I'm even worried about doing the base here. So next one is a bobble. So you have to look for signs that make it a lot easier for you to be able to follow along, and look for those kind of like road signs to help you. Okay, there's going to be 1 half double crochet before you do the middle there, and so the next 3 are half double crochets together. Okay, the next one is a half double crochet by itself. So we're gonna, going in the up direction, there will be 1 half double crochet and then bobble, 2 half double crochets and bobble, and you can kind of see how it's gonna work out here. So in the ends you're gonna do 1 half double crochet by itself, the next one is a bobble. Okay, you got your 6. Okay, the next 2 are going to be half doubles. The next one is a bobble. Okay, got my 6, pull through, and then the final stitch there's going to be 2 half doubles. So when we go to turn around, we are just gonna be able to go like this, turn around. You can see all of the bobbles have worked out. So the next row you just gotta look on top. So it's going to look like it's extending over. Okay, so there will be a long appears to be stitched. So let's just do that. So we're going to move back to then single crochet. So single crochet, then row divides it. So we're gonna chain up 1 first, and then the first one will have 2 single crochets. Okay, and you just look for the stitch. So there's gonna be 5 by itself. So 1, 2, and you're just looking for each empty stitch. 3, 4, and 5. You're back on the middle section over here, and we just put in our 3 together for singles, and then you move up the other side. So there's gonna always be 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You got your 12 in here. You're in the middle of the 3 section over here, so there will be 3 right in the middle. 1, 2, and 3, and then we go 12 down the other side. So just matter of just counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then once you're in the bottom here, just put the 3 together, and then just go move up the other side. So there'll be 5 in a row before you get to the edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the final of the turning chain is 2 single crochets. So basically we've done a single crochet across, we've done the bobbling, and you can see how it all works out. The bobbling does not appear on the back, and this is an amazing idea, and it's really turns out really quite amazing even on a project just like you see here. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. Have a great day, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.